Hello, everyone. Coach Marcelo. So, I put up a question on social media. Is it possible to go through life with someone and never really be in love? And before I start, just let me say that this is no relationship advice by no means, and this is no finger pointing. This is just a grown man reflecting out loud, okay? So let me start by telling you my definition of love. And it's always meant to me someone you would die for, okay? I understand that people are going to have different definitions, and I understand that there are different types of love. But my definition of love is someone that you would die for. And that's a very short list for me. That's my kids, my sisters, and my mother. Now, although I was married for 15, 16 years, I wouldn't have died for my wife. Now, some people may think that's odd or in their feelings about that. And that's all good and well. I wasn't cruel. I wasn't absent. I showed up and I was always present. I just wasn't in love. And that realization didn't happen overnight. We knew that day one coming in, but the process was for me to learn how to love during the course of the marriage, right? Now, here's the difference that nobody talks about. I think we seem to think that all marriages are built on romance. Some marriages are built on responsibility, routine, structure, doing the right thing. And that's where I was at, okay? There's a difference between loving someone, being attached to someone, and being responsible for someone. I confused those things over the years. You know, I stayed because I valued the family. I valued the structure that was inside my home. I didn't need the fireworks. I didn't need the constant validation. You know, I was satisfied with the respect. You know, as long as I could have been respected and led my house in peace, I could have stayed forever, okay? But satisfaction isn't the same as connection. And connection does matter. People will say that you settled, right? Coach Marcelo, you were settling. No, I was surviving. I was in provider mode, okay? I was carrying the weight. I was responsible for everyone. And you can't find love when you're in survival mode, okay? You fall in love when you feel safe. And here's what I had to learn. You can't experience real love until you have peace within yourself, right? Love isn't chaos. Love doesn't confuse you. Love doesn't make you anxious. Trauma does that. Obligation does that. And fear does that. So you absolutely can go through life with someone and never really be in love. I think a lot of people do. But this is also true. Some people don't meet love until later, right? Until after the healing, until after the growth, until after the peace. And it wasn't that I was incapable of love. I was loving the best way I knew how back then. But here's the ticket. If real love ever finds me, I'll recognize it because it won't feel heavy. It'll feel like peace. Coach Marcelo, mind right, body tight. And remember, Peace changes everything.